Do you think this is what Trump supporters voted for?
I think many of them have a lot of regrets because the outcomes aren't what they thought they would be.
Is what he's doing what you voted for? Just put a yes or no.
We say no kings and no authoritarianism, but Kamala Harris, no one voted for her.
Yes, they did. Half the country voted for her, so let's not go there.
No one was voted for her to be the nominee.
Yes, they did.
Isn't that what, like, authoritarian?
You're going down the wrong road right now with me.
What crimes have those people committed?
You want to look it up on Wikipedia? There's like a list.
Well, you made the sign, so I'm asking you.
It's true. I'm at a protest, though.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything.
I'm just asking.
And that's the problem. Nobody knows anything. I love these videos. I love them because they point out pure hypocrisy. Cuz is at a protest, an anti-Trump protest, holding up a sign saying they committed crimes in the White House. She asked them, yeah, what crimes did they commit? Tell us, bruh. He don't even know. Why are you outside protesting? You a grown man. You could be at work right now or taking care of your kids. But you are protesting something that you don't even know what you're protesting. Bro, I'm tired of all the lies. Everybody lies. And if you tired of the lies too, check out Ground News. If you guys don't know, Ground News is a site that shows you the left and right side of the spectrum. It cuts through all the noise, cuts through all the crap that you don't want to see no more. It's 2025. An example of this is this story. Trump says Putin playing with fire and new jab at Russian leader. If you look at the left, a storyline is Trump admits protecting Putin over Ukraine. He's playing with fire. West Hawaii today. And if you look at the right, it says Trump will walk away from Ukraine. Obviously, different headings for the same exact story. And this is not just me. In the coverage details, we can see that there's 350 total stories. 51 leaning left, 60 leaning right. And Ground News also shows you the bias distribution. Shows you 32% of the stories for this are left and 38% are right. This is actually pretty even. Shows you the factuality. Shows you all that. Ground News also has something that I think is pretty cool called the blind spot. The blind spot shows you the stories that are not being shown on the left or right. I love Ground News, and I don't do sponsorships over here. I don't do sponsorships, but I'm doing this one because Ground News, they don't play no games. They'll lead you in the right direction. If you like Ground News, hit up ground.news/LFRJojo for 40% off the Grant Vantage subscription. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Asking what crimes they have committed.
I don't have to list them to you. You can simply look it up.
So what about the legal people that are getting deported?
There aren't legal people being deported.
There are legal
Who?
people. What you mean, who? You want me to
Tell me
list
who.
all the hundreds of thousands of
Just
people
one.
that get legally deported?
Just
I
one.
don't need to name you one name. Go educate yourself.
Yeah.
There are no legal people getting deported, by the way.
Could I ask you about your sign?
You may. What would you like to know?
Well, first of all, did you make this piece of art?
No, but I downloaded it and supported an Etsy artist who feels the same way I do.
Awesome.
Supports small business.
What was so important to come out to fight against today?
Well, the violation of norms that we've enjoyed in this democracy for many generations. I think it's being exploited for personal gain to, grow the coffers of one man and one man only. He's not thinking about the people that he's been elected to represent. And I'd really like for him to treat people with due process. And
head on to the sidewalk, even after
Okay.
go on the grass. So
What? Oh, don't go on the grass.
No,
okay.
thank you.
So it's Trump's birthday. Do you have a birthday message for him? Nothing mean.
reflect. You're old enough to reflect on what your legacy is going to be. Is this really what you want? Think about it, buddy.
Do you think this is what Trump supporters voted for?
I think many of them have a lot of regrets because the outcomes aren't what they thought they would be.
Y'all, be honest in the comments. Be honest in the comments. If you voted for Donald Trump in this previous election, let me know. Is what he's doing what you voted for? Just put a yes or a no and explain why. Please do that for me. I really want to know because on the left, a lot of people are saying this is not what they voted for. On the right, a lot of people are saying they are what you voted for. But I'm going to ask, if you voted for him, let me know. If you didn't vote for him, let me know if you're at least happy with the job he's doing. Let's go.
I think if many had to do it over again, they would change their vote. I think others are getting exactly what they wanted. And to them, I hope they open up for a little bit more love in their hearts and they hope they get the support that they need.
Okay. What kind of hate in their hearts do you think Trump supporters have?
I don't think they have hate. I think they are misguided and misinformed and misled kind of in a cult-like manner to believe things that aren't fact-checked through, different opinions. I think it's good to source. I source from Fox from time to time just to understand what the other side is thinking.
Where do you usually get your news from?
The BBC is who I switch to, and I do a lot of AP. I was doing NPR for a little bit. I still like NPR and Associated Press.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And you would say those are pretty unbiased.
The BBC, yes. And yes, I was on the MSNBC kick, but I thought it was a little bit too pushed in one direction, a little too extreme for my taste. I understand the attraction of extremes, and I'm more of a middle guy. That's where I want to get back to.
If there's one thing you could say to Trump supporters that they might be brainwashed on, what would you tell them?
Oh gosh. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start with, I guess, immigration. Yep, happy to keep walking. I think they are mistaken about the contributions of immigrants in this country. I think they deserve a more lenient passage into citizenship. So I hope they would work towards legislation that's more inclusive, not extreme executive orders that are exclusive.
Hi, I love your sign. It says, "In America, the law is king." Where does this inspiration come from, and what's it mean to you?
Just sign up. Right there.
All right.
Yeah.
What spoke to you about what did this quote scream out to you today for you to want to hold it at this protest?
Well, I think, we all give up a little bit in terms of obeying the law so that we're all protected.
Right.
And I don't like it when people willfully and just repeatedly break the law out in the open, like the administration is doing.
So some people are saying that people who come to our country illegally are also breaking the law. Would you say that the law that prohibits them from coming into our country illegally is also king?
Once they're here, they're protected.
How so?
If you're in this country, you don't have everybody has the freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You're able to say whatever you want to say.
You know what's crazy, bro? If these people were at these protests were better able to articulate their actual beliefs and why legally they disagree with Trump, they would convince a lot more people. But a lot of them say things, and I'm like, what are you talking about? How are you an advocate for something that's illegal? And I think this is the number one thing that's really holding, I guess, the Liberal Party back nowadays. How are you an advocate for something that's literally illegal? It would be a different if we was just talking about just straight immigration. Because at that point, you're like, okay, immigration, yeah. But you're talking about illegal immigration. It's illegal. And he's deporting illegal people. I really don't understand how they're saying what he's doing is, I'm not going to say bad. I'm going to say wrong. Because as a president, you are the boss of the executive branch. You are the commander-in-chief, as they like to call it. Your job is to enforce the law. And illegal immigration is illegal. Maybe I'm just delusional, though. Maybe I'm just looking at this too simplistically. But that's what I get from it.
The only time there's a problem is if you actually do something physical. Just...
Well, the people that come over illegally, say from Mexico, they cross our southern border, the law says that they can be deported for coming into our country illegally. Would you agree with that?
Well, I mean, as long as if they are picked up and there's a due process, for them, speaking of the law, if there's a due process and it's proven that they are, here illegally, then, maybe in some cases they could be deported.
All right, that makes sense. Very good. All right. You want to have a happy birthday message to Donald Trump today?
No.
No? Not even like a happy birthday?
I have no happy birthday for Donald Trump. What is this?
This is our YouTube channel.
I'm sorry?
Our YouTube channel.
Is it right wing or left wing?
It's right wing. Is that okay that you're being interviewed by a right-wing person?
It is not okay, and I wish for this not to be published.
Why wouldn't it be okay?
I don't know how it's going to be edited. You know what? Tell me again.
My name's Caitlin Bennett, and I'm with Liberty Hangout. You can hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So, yeah.
I don't wish for this to be published on your YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, you have a sign about the law being king. The law says that I can film and publish whatever I want in public. All right. Have a good day.
I'm not giving you any answers. I don't think anyone here wants to give you answers.
You're literally talking to me right now.
I know, because I'm telling you that I don't want to give you any answers. Nobody here wants to give you answers.
It's Donald Trump's birthday.
You're better to move on.
No.
You're better to move on.
No.
This is not the right place for you.
Aren't you all about inclusivity?
That's the paradox of inclusivity. The paradox of tolerance. Have you heard of that?
What is so wrong with me that I shouldn't be welcome here?
Because we don't have to tolerate intolerance.
Go on. What about me specifically? Should I not be welcome here?
You are here questioning why people are here peacefully demonstrating. We have the right to be here peacefully demonstrating. Everyone here is literally telling you why they're here with their signs, with their very presence. And yet here you are getting in people's faces, keeping them away from what's important. And so I'm done with you now, and I really just suggest
you got your 15. No, because this is all about love, and so I should be welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys came up to me. Why do they always come up to me and then tell me to stop filming or tell me to leave? How are you today?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
Is that foundation or is that Cheeto dust?
It's Cheeto dust. Of course, it's Cheeto dust. Absolutely, I'm sure.
Tell us about why you're wearing this and what inspired it.
Because I am very anti-Trump. I'm for democracy in America. I don't want kings. I don't want dictatorship. So I'm here to support America and the people that need the help that we're not getting sometimes.
Okay, and how is Trump exhibiting king-like behavior?
He's doing king-like behavior by having military parade would be a good idea. National Guard going out.
Bro, this is literal Trump derangement syndrome. This is insane. This is insane. He painted his face orange and put on a crown. He kind of looks like... Wow. This is Trump derangement syndrome, like, personified. That's crazy. I love the passion, though. I will say that.
On the Constitution, several things.
Okay, all right. It's his birthday today.
I know.
Do you have a happy birthday message to him?
I hope I see your obituary in the paper tomorrow.
Okay.
That'd be my message, yeah.
Okay, so you hope that this is his last birthday.
Well, I don't want him dead. I just want him not in office anymore.
Okay. Well, obituary would mean dead.
I know. I was being sarcastic. I would just like him out of office.
Out of office.
Yeah.
Would you like J.D. Vance to be the president
No,
then?
I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you like to be the president?
Kamala Harris right now, but she didn't win. But
Can I point out something that we say no kings and no authoritarianism, but Kamala Harris, no one voted for her.
Yes, they did. Half the country voted for her, so let's not go there.
No one was voted for her to be the nominee.
Yes, they did.
Isn't that what, like, authoritarian?
You're going down the wrong road right now with me. I wouldn't go any further.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to talk to you anymore. That's what it means.
I just think it's ironic that
care if
no
it's
one
ironic or not.
voted
They
for her to be
did.
the nominee. They just selected her like a
thank you.
king gets
Appreciate your
selected,
opinion,
right?
But keep it to yourself, okay? Bye. Have a good day. See ya.
All
Take
right.
care.
What's your other sign say?
Hey, you don't need to see it.
Okay.
None of your business.
All right. Thank you so much. What crimes have they committed?
Trump?
Yeah, the ones in the Oval Office. What crimes have those people committed?
You want to look it up on Wikipedia? There's like a list.
Well, you made the sign, so I'm asking you.
It's true. I'm at a protest, though.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything. I'm here for my community.
Okay, so you make a sign about people being criminals, but you don't know what you made it for?
All right, so I make a sign supporting my community and the people in it. Yeah. And I'm not ashamed.
I know. You shouldn't be ashamed of your sign. I'm just asking what crimes they have committed.
I don't have to list them to you. You can simply look it up.
Have you done research?
It's all over the media.
Yeah, so I was just asking him, he's holding the sign, if he could just tell me what crimes people in the Oval Office have committed. You're holding it, so I thought maybe you could give it to me quickly.
I'm good.
You want to overcomplicate everything and break it down, but it's very.
He's holding a sign that says people are criminals.
He's doing Nazi hand gestures.
Who?
Trump. And that is
When?
the lack of empathy thing. You know what I'm talking about.
He's doing
It's all
Nazi
over its
hand
video.
I actually never seen Trump do that. And I'm not trying to be funny here. I try to be really as objective as I possibly can. I've never seen him do that. So I would. What? I've never even heard of him doing that.
It's all over the internet. He does
Trump
the hand
is.
thing. Yes, he does. And you can sit here and overcomplicate it and make it a difficult thing, but it's not that.
He's 18. He's 18. If you want to know
Great,
what
they're
issues that we're
adults.
having, the Monuments Clause, they're not following that. They're not following due process for immigrants.
They are.
They're also not allowing Congress to take care of their own rights, which is to make sure that everything is appropriated correctly and that all the departments that are running our government get the resources that they need.
Are those crimes?
Those are really a fine line.
His sign just said that they're committing crimes. All I did was ask what crimes are being committed, and you guys are now like shaking, and I was just wondering if you could tell me what crimes.
Yeah. Well, the crime mainly is to divide us and to have you asking these questions when you're really missing the point. And
I'm asking you guys for the point. You cannot give me one crime anyone in the Oval
I gave
Office
you 5
has-
points.
Okay, so he's making Nazi salutes.
I gave her the point.
You know, I know you're just trying to make videos, okay? So you can make money off of other people. We're here for a cause.
Yeah.
We're here for something deeper than just arguing, okay? We're here for love and empathy and spreading the right messages.
You just accuse someone of throwing up the Nazi salute.
It's not an accusation, okay?
When did he do that?
There is plenty of videos on the internet, okay? I'm not here to give you evidence. I'm here for a cause, okay?
I don't think you can give me the evidence.
You can look it up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not here to give you evidence. I'm here for the cause. I'm about to start saying that because that seems like a really like convenient thing to say when I have no evidence. I'm not here to give you evidence. I'm here for the cause. That make life much easier. Imagine like you're at a job interview and they say, "Okay, tell me about this job. Tell me why you deserve it." And you just respond and say, "Well, I'm not here to really give you evidence. I'm just here for the cause." Imagine you get pulled over for speeding and the cop says, "Why are you speeding? You were reckless driving." You say, "Well, I'm not really here to give you evidence. I'm just here for the cause, man. I'm not." Like you could really use that for any time you don't have any evidence or you're just in the wrong and you don't know what to say. I might trademark that actually.
Every time I ask them to go further into what they're saying or their signs, it's always you can look it up. You can on Wikipedia they say. So, just tell me when he did it.
You lose by being an egotistical person.
I know.
That's the law.
I know. All right. Thank you.
You got any more assumptions to make, or?
You are probably against the deportations happening in Los Angeles.
You're not against deportations happening?
No,
Why?
because I think people who come here illegally should be deported.
So what about the legal people that are getting deported?
There aren't legal people being deported.
There are legal
Who?
people. What you mean, who? You want me to
Tell me
list
who.
all the hundreds of thousands of
Just
people
one.
that get legally deported?
Just
I
one.
don't need to name you one fucking name. Go educate yourself.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot today. No one can back up with examples or proof anything that they're claiming.
It's not my job to educate you.
I know.
It's not.
I know. That's their cop out. But
So-
when they can't back themselves up, they just go back with, well, it's not my job to
It's not.
educate you.
It's
It's
not.
your job to educate yourself so
am
that you know what you're out here supporting. So when someone asks you a question,
I'm against
you can back
deportation.
yourself up.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. The fact that you're not mad shows how far removed
What
you
should
are.
I be
The
mad
fa-
about? I got what I voted for.
Yeah, so you're
Mass
doing great.
deportation.
You're doing great. You know what that shows
I
me? That
voted for
nobody that
that.
you love or care about is suffering the injustices that are happening every fucking day. And that's why you wear that shit so fucking proud. Because nobody you love or actually care about is suffering this shit. You're looking at
You know
somebody
who
in the
is
eye.
suffering? People I care about are American citizens who are being killed by gang members coming across our country and our
They're
border.
not fucking illegal immigrants. Undocumented immigrants have the lowest percentage of committing crime.
They commit crimes once they cross our border.
They have the lowest. Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
Are you fucking serious? Americans who were born and raised on this country statistically commit more crimes than any undocumented.
You're getting that statistic.
You say
You're
you say
getting that
immigrant?
statistic
You say
because they
immigrant?
do not.
They also statistically pay more in taxes. They also statistically do that. They also statistically will have to fight in more wars if America was to go to war, because we would get drafted to go and defend our country. So I'm not trying to shame nobody for being passionate about this, because it is a sad situation. If your parents were here illegally, or your family was here illegally, and they get deported and they've been here for 20 years, your whole life is here, it's sad for you. But we try to equate sadness and how we feel with what is right. Do you know one of the biggest persons in the United States who was a president, who's actually one of the most popular Democratic presidents, was Barack Obama on deportations? He deported. he was going band for band with Donald Trump on deportations. Like, they was neck and neck. Obama, like, believe it or not. So the reason I bring him up is not to shame Obama or to shame Trump or to shame anyone who's an advocate for illegal immigrants staying in the United States. The reason I bring him up is because we sometimes forget what the job of the president is. The job of the president is not to appease people's feelings when it comes to deportations, which is something that Biden kind of did. The job of the president is to be the chief officer, the chief executive of the executive branch, to lead the executive branch. What does the executive branch do? They enforce the laws. So why is that important? It's important because illegal immigration is illegal, meaning it's not allowed. So if Donald Trump says we're going to deport illegal immigrants and he deports them, that doesn't mean he's doing something wrong. If anything, that means that there's a problem in the system, possibly. You need to be going to Congress. But I've been saying this for the longest time. It was bound to happen, because if you're an illegal immigrant, your days are numbered. Your days are numbered, bro. And now it's just that time. There may be another president who's not who's more lenient with illegal immigration. There might be another president who's less lenient. But the fact of the matter is, illegal immigration is illegal immigration. Point blank. Period. Let's continue.
You's an immigrant?
So I want to point out his.
You's an immigrant?
I'm going to point out his statistic. He's talking about a statistic where they pulled all immigrants, not illegal immigrants, only all the immigrants. And so it's really ironic that they take this statistic where they look at all immigrants and not just illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants commit a ton of crime.
Crazy. That's crazy when it's okay when you're a fucking
I know you really like me and you want my time, but I'm going to move on now.
I like yelling at you in the face.
How are you guys doing? Welcome to the protest today.
I'm going to end the video there. I think this was a very good video. Whether you like or hate Kaylin Bennett, she's always very informed. One of the few, I guess, conservative YouTubers who's genuinely informed about this stuff. Nonetheless, my name is Jojo, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.